HOA Karen removed my sandbag barrier, laughing, ignoring warnings about rising river levels nearby. I documented everything calmly, weather alerts flashing red, forecasts predicting historic rainfall overnight ahead. Neighbors begged her stop, but entitlement drowned out common sense and emergency protocols entirely. Suspense built as rain hammered roofs, gutters overflowed, sirens wailed through darkness relentlessly. I stayed awake watching water climb banks, barrier gap glaring like an invitation. Karen parked her $1 million car smugly downhill, confident rules never applied personally. At dawn, rain intensified, river-breached banks racing toward exposed properties fast. Water surged through the missing barrier opening, unstoppable, roaring with terrifying momentum. I filmed safely uphill, heart pounding, knowing consequences were now unavoidable. Karen's driveway vanished first, pavement dissolving beneath muddy, churning floodwater instantly. The luxury car floated briefly, alarms screaming, then twisted violently downstream. Neighbors gasped as the current swallowed chrome, glass, ego, and denial together. Suspense peaked when debris slammed doors, confirming evacuation orders were painfully justified. Emergency crews arrived later, surveying damage, documenting negligence, enforcing safety perimeters sternly. Karen screamed hysterically, blaming everyone, unable to accept her direct responsibility publicly. Officials reviewed footage, timestamps, and prior warnings, issued clearly before the storm. They cited obstruction removal, safety interference, and negligence during declared emergency periods. I handed over recordings calmly, emphasizing compliance, preparation, and ignored community notices. Insurance adjusters shook heads, explaining exclusions for intentional safety barrier removal actions. Karen's policy denied coverage completely, citing willful misconduct clauses plainly. The HOA convened emergency meetings, panic replacing arrogance overnight among board members. Lawyers explained liability exposure for encouraging unsafe actions during flood warnings. Karen tried shifting blame, but emails showed her ordering barrier removal personally. Suspense returned as fines, assessments, and restitution calculations circulated quietly. The board suspended her privileges, fearing collective liability and reputational collapse. Cleanup began slowly, mud everywhere, silence heavier than rushing water before. I rebuilt my barrier properly, inspected, approved, stronger than before. Neighbors thanked me for documenting, saying evidence saved the entire block. Karen avoided eye contact, walking past empty driveway where a car once sat. Media covered floods neutrally, highlighting preparedness and consequences of ignored warnings. Authorities praised residents who followed protocols and documented unsafe interference. The suspense dissolved into lessons about humility, physics, and water's indifference. Karen posted rants online, comments turned against her swiftly. HOA assessments rose sharply, covering communal damage linked to negligence findings. I attended meetings quietly, letting facts speak louder than anger. Engineers redesigned drainage, adding redundancies impossible to sabotage easily again. The river receded slowly, leaving scars etched into lawns and pride. Karen's car was found miles away, totaled, lodged against twisted trees. Salvage crews photographed it, reports filed, symbols circulating locally. Insurance refused appeals, citing video evidence and signed acknowledgments. The board removed Karen permanently, votes unanimous, explanations brief. I restored landscaping, reseeded grass, rebuilt trust with patient effort. Neighbors shared stories, realizing preparation beats confidence every single time. Suspense now belonged to weather apps, not manufactured neighborhood conflicts. The barrier stood firm during later storms, water diverted safely away. Children played again, laughter replacing sirens along the street. Karen moved quietly months later, driveway empty, reputation unrepaired. The HOA rewrote emergency rules, penalties severe for interference. I archived footage securely, believing sunlight prevents repeated disasters. The flood became legend, retold as warning, not entertainment. Authority felt boring, procedural, absolutely necessary. No revenge sought, only accountability applied methodically. Water taught lessons faster than meetings ever could. Ego drowned before the car did. Boundaries mattered when rivers rose. Preparation proved priceless. Warnings existed for reasons. Nature enforced them impartially. Cameras told truth. Paperwork followed reality. Silence returned gradually. Streets dried out, lawns recovered, trust rebuilt. HOA humbled, Karen forgotten. Barriers respected, rules followed. Storms monitored, neighbors united. Lessons remembered. Authority clarified, responsibility reinforced. Preparedness normalized. Water diverted safely, damage contained. Accountability stood. Drama ended, the process worked. Justice dull. That's ideal. No shouting needed. No threats exchanged. Only evidence mattered. Only safety counted. Only preparation won. The river flowed. The barrier held. The car vanished. The lesson stayed. Community learned. Ego failed. Nature prevailed. Records preserved. Peace restored. Order returned. Trust earned. Boundaries enforced. Calm followed. The flood taught everyone exactly what entitlement costs.